It's day 10, everybody, and today I'm going to share a bit of a personal story and some wisdom that I learned about the process of numbing. So numbing is that thing that we do when we're trying to dissociate or detach from a uncomfortable feeling or emotion or event that has happened. Now, we're all different and we all have different go-tos. Some people might go to a bottle of wine, other people may dive into food, other people may jump onto their phone and scroll social media for hours and hours, or others may look at TV and watch TV for days on end. Now, we all have our own ways of suppressing or numbing our feelings. And there's no right or wrong here. This is just a human response to something that feels uncomfortable. Now, one of the things that I learned looking at my life in the rear vision mirror is that numbing for me wasn't a one-time event. It wasn't a single catastrophic thing that happened that forced me into this place of discomfort. In fact, it was a long series of events that over a long period of time, I continually stuffed down my feelings and emotions because they were so painful. And it took that catastrophic event and a couple of years after that to go to a place that if you're going to feel something, you're going to feel it here. And I arrived there and I was standing in front of this beautiful landmark, and I felt nothing at all. And I knew in that moment that I had a choice to either continue living this life of being shut down and not feeling things, or to really, face the fear, do it anyway, and explore what was causing this. I did talking therapy, which was really helpful. And what I realized later on was it wasn't helpful enough because talking about things just continued to perpetuate the story. In fact, it was talking therapy that led me to use the words like, oh, I dealt with that, dealt with being the operative word. Dealing with isn't allowing. So I guess what I'm coming to here is that feeling the feels is a part of the process. And what I learned for myself was that as I started to unpack those emotions and unpack those feelings and really tap into them, it wasn't the feelings that were painful. It was the fear of being annihilated by the pain of the feelings that I was avoiding. So I had this real worry that if I allowed myself to feel those things, it would all burst out of me and my life would turn upside down and everything would go wrong. It never happened. I had a lot of support. I had a lot of support in people who were very familiar with the process of exploring feelings. And there's a piece of wisdom in here is you don't have to do it alone. Feeling your feelings, giving them a safe space to express, to emote, to move through you was really key to my process. And it's one of the things that I find helps clients that I work with. Having tools and techniques that enable you to explore those feelings and emotions in a gentle and safe way allows them to pass through. And breathwork has been really central to my journey here, and using breathwork to give voice to those feelings, to allow them to move through the body, using that wind and allowing the energy to disperse. Because feelings and emotions are energy, energy in motion. And what I found they needed was the safe place to express, the breath to move, and to allow, to really come into acceptance of what created those feelings, what created those emotions, and really get under the resistance I had, either to a belief that I was holding or to my desire to not feel. And when I was able to wrap my head around those things and really come to a place of felt acceptance, it brought peace and harmony to my life like nothing else. Talking therapy never did that for me, but breath work and expressing the feelings really did. So where are we at as we close this out? Numbing is something that we all do unconsciously oftentimes. We'll know that we've done it or that we're doing it if we say to somebody, yeah, I've dealt with that. Probably haven't. And what can really help you is to find somebody to work with who can help you explore in a safe way, self-inquiry, to tap into those feelings and emotions and to allow them to move through you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you have any reflections, I'd love to hear them. But that's my own personal experience on numbing. And if you find yourself in that situation, please don't do this alone. Do find support because there are so many people out there willing to help. Take care.